Sorry about that. Get out of here, nitwit! Ain't got time for you. We can't have any more people than necessary. Not right now. And now we're in here and done. Give me goods. Take the melon. Give me the money. Up to level 20. Woo! Take that. This. Got all the monies. Go back up here. How'd you get up there, ally? Give him this. You still there? Okay. It probably disconnected is what happened, bud. It kicked everybody, not just you. It ain't prejudice. Oh, somehow that door's broken. As of right now, honestly, neither. Nope. I mean, if I'm being truthful, there's about like a handful of stories that I would have rather they've done from the Game of Thrones mythos other than that one. But I get it. It's the closest. Why are these doors missing? I've had a real tough time with these bigger budget TV series that like Amazon, HBO, and it's just like, guys, we've spent 200 million, and it's just like, that's a movie budget. Like, what are you fucking talking about? And then you go and watch it, and it looks like an absolute bag of underproduced ass. Like, I mean, I haven't watched it. He could have nailed it out of the park, but the actor that plays Sauron doesn't look great. I've seen tons of clips and cuts from it that just look awful. And I know the whole thing is, you know, oh, if you don't like the fact that they've added in people of color, you're racist. But at the same time, it's just sort of like, I'm very, very, very tired of if you don't compromise your lore or story, you're a bad person. But at the same time, there's a huge problem with, inversely, what's the best way to describe it? There are Disney princesses that little girls get yelled at for liking because it whitewashes stories. I mean, there are people that said Elsa had whitewashing their stories. I'm like, it's Norwegian folklore, like, or Scandinavian, or whatever that region. Like, chill the fuck out. And like, we're gonna yell at some people for whitewashing a story so that they can't enjoy it. So that a Western audience can't enjoy it. We're taking something from a non-Western audience and giving it to a Western audience, and that's a problem, because we're Westerners. But if we take Western things and give them other cultures to give them spotlight, so I'm not saying don't make shows or series for them, but I mean, look at Thor and the Thor. It's so talking about the whole making gay scenes and stuff. Look at Thor. They made Krog have two dads in the newest movie, even though he said he had a mother in the other one. It's like you're just shoehorning things in. It's not caring about world building. It's not about telling a good story. It's about checking as many boxes as you can so that people know that you're a good person and that you're not a bad person. And I'm like, that's not art. That's not stories. That's not works from a people that were designed to teach a mythos or a story or something. It's racketeering. It's extortion. I mean, I just that in the sense of, you know, gun to your head, you better change these people into something that represents a class you haven't or a culture that you haven't. And it's just like, boy, I could just write about some elves. I mean, at the same time, it's fantasy bullshit. You can make whatever you want up, but I feel like they dig so deep into pockets to create these new storylines that they've worked up to help, you know, wrap this tiny, lovely package of all this acceptance and goodness that they're trying to put out there. And it's just like, there was 1,000 other things you could have done with this franchise or with this property that could have been inclusive. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the show or watched the show, but I know, like, one of the big issues is that there were a lot of people saying that, like, oh, there are elves that are now people of color, and there are hobbits that are now people of color, and whether that makes sense or not. But it's Western fantasy. I mean, I don't watch movies set in 900th century England. I'm sorry, 900th century, Jesus. 900s England. And wonder, you know, where all the Asian representation is. It's just like, no, it's old-timey England. There's only white people there. I don't watch a movie that takes place in Africa and wonder why they didn't get, you know, Indian actors to play any roles. It's their story. And as much as I want their story to be heard, I want every story to be heard. Like, there were people of color in the Lord of the Rings series. And it's just like, are we not going to see from them? But instead they're like, how about young Galadriel and Elwyn? And it's just like, Elrond. And it's just like, how young are we talking about? Like, jeez. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'm just bummed because I got so much, you get so much lore drop from like games like Shadows of Mordor and stuff like that, just for it to not even be considered or cared about later. What do you do with the hairstyles? Then let me get those unbreakings. I mean, I know a lot of people have come out and said it's more accurate to the books than people like to give it credit for, but I don't know. Now, as to why I'm not watching Game of Thrones, we've been disappointed enough with Game of Thrones. Like, how dare they do a subpar main series and expect us to give a shit about their spin-offs? And to that effect, I will say this. You did a storyline that, like, took place 2 or 3 generations before the main series that we watched. So, like, it's the thing that everyone was fucking talking about in the main, like, series. Like, they mention it several times. So, you just... Thanks. Thanks for bringing back what is, like, in the most recent memory of most of the people in this series. So, it's something that we're already pretty intimate about. Like, they go over the books, how this civil war between the Targaryens goes. But wasn't Celebrimbor always part of it? I don't think Celebrimbor wasn't specifically from Shadow of Mordor, was he? Oh, yeah. that that whole shtick was about. Yeah, he's the guy who's your ghost friend in Shadows of Mordor. I just was worried for a second when you said that. I was just like, holy shit, was Celebrimbor only in there? That doesn't sound right, but I've made mistakes in the past. Child, I wished to end you. Goodbye. Get out of there. Run free, cat. I never finished the sequel, so I'm not, you know, I don't know that one. Well, I should be heading off. I should have headed off ages ago. Wonder how that thing's working. I'll take a quick flight there. And that's what I'll end up. That's what I'll end on. Whee! The good old house. I love our little mountain. I mean our big mountain. Well, we have this really tall mountain. Man. Creepers just do not want to spawn in there. We had this really tall mountain. And like our first, you know, time in the world, I was like, I gotta get to the top of this thing. I gotta get up here. We gotta climb to the top of this thing. And once we did, we called it, and then we slowly built a nice little wizard's tower up top. Needs a little bit more decoration. But, you know, as soon as we were done building this, we just started on so many other projects. Got our enchanting table. We got our brewing stand over here. We got our sources of water. All my stuff is hidden. We got our Lord and Savior, Skeleton Jesus. I mean, we do a good job of pretty much sharing our stuff. But everything that I have that's mattered, I've hidden away. I love taking the leap of faith. You're all okay. What? Oh. See, this is the side entrance to get into my my office. This is my office. My ally's stuck up there. Don't worry about her. The water closet. You get it? Ha 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 But no, this is my office. This is where I keep most things. I mean, ender chests are great for hiding anything of actual real importance. But I have a secret room. If you look at the karate men here, if I just come over here. Yep. There we go. There's a redstone contraption behind here. There's a pressure plate hidden behind that. Behind the painting. So if I throw that onto the pressure, that moves the pistons that retract this. And this is all of my secret storage. I mean, I haven't filled it out. But it's my backups and everything that's important. I've made the floors emerald because I'm a rich bitch, and the ceiling is gold and diamond because once again I'm a rich bitch. And then you just come back, grab that, and it goes away. And now nobody's the wiser. And then we've got my aquarium. When you come up the spiral staircase over here, up the vines, and now I'm in the Angry Dome. If I ever need to spend time in the Angry Dome. Ooh. And this leads down here, you know, to the rest of the prison. It's my prisoner. We have the farm. Go down here. That's the library. So, you know, we got a lot going on. But I had to put in those doors to get in and out via the roof for the elytra, because, I mean, good lord. I love the prison, but you don't want to always be going around pressing all them buttons. There's another secret way in. If we come over here, we have my private domicile. I have my butler Jeeves here. I gotta put like a bed. I gotta decorate this area. Well, there was a bartender up here. Well, that's not great. I must not have provided ample enough light up here, and these guys have perished because of it. That's fucking hilarious. You couldn't have fucking done your job? Huh? I mean, not as long as you think. It's been a lot of projects over the course of a long time. So, not as long as you'd expect. I know. He's gonna walk around the roof like that and not pull proper security? Like, what a joke. Alright. Well, I'll have to get a villager back up here to fill that out. It's a bummer, but whatever. I know, Jimmy.
He's a good boy.
I know. How about you take this, bitch? There we go. And in a little bit, he'll be human again. Or whatever race villagers are. Oh, you know what? He was probably turned to a zombie. And then... just murdered by his own sunlight. His sunlight. That's not a thing. Murdered by sunlight. It's all of our sunlight. It's not just his. I thought you meant like in the game, like if I had spotted somebody, I was just like, no? And I was just like, oh no, I understand what you meant. Not really anything worth pinning me down with one individual, if I'm being honest. Ooh. More tropical fish, more nautilus shells. Fuck it. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I think I'm gonna load up. He's doing alright. Slowly becoming an adult. You know how that's like. No floating blocks. Okay. So this is a rather confined location. This doesn't open up to anything yet. So hypothetically, if I throw these fish out here, we might be able to provide some ambiance. Build this coral by hand, by the way. As well as our beacons. Thank you, Powder 94. Powder? Paid. No, it's not Powder. The W would have been before the D. Pound Rex 94. That's what I'm going to assume. You're someone that's born in 1994, and Rex is your favorite character from the hit video game franchise Mass Effect, and you want to wreck him, like sexually. So Pound Rex 94. Did I get that right? I mean, I don't think it's her specialty. She does make that, though. Zombie. Love that it keeps saying I have to hop off because I'm calling it for the evening, and then yet I'm still here. Fuck you, ghost. Why haven't we ran into a creeper yet? Excuse me. There we go. There you see, creepy bitch. Oh. You're happy, don't worry. Ooh, here we go. Bunch of creepers. I don't know why I'm... I love that they do this. That they shoot stuff out of their heads and they're... Alright, let me put my loot away. My toys. Oh, I thought that was another... I was just like, how did one of those fuckers get in here? I know I got a place for Nautilus shells. I've been keeping them. There it is. Give the fish for the fisherman? Why don't they... Why don't creepers have arms? Because they don't need them. They just go kaboom. That's all they do. Nope. A little bit of trivia, but it's one of those small bits of trivia that everybody knows. Creepers were originally built off of malfunctioning pig skins. Basically, the textured the character model for pigs, instead of standing on all fours. Well, instead of having its body like this, and then the four legs like this, and then the head, there was four legs, and then it stood up like that, and then it was a head. And it was, imagine a pig looking like that. Bam. I knocked him so hard he got stuck in the fence. Sorry, I killed you, kid. Well, the problem is, and I know it seems evil of me, but I can't have these guys procreate, because if they procreate, because there's only X amount of the village as a whole will only produce X amount of people, and that goes around based off of beds. So I need these guys to procreate. So if the population gets to max, I gotta kill the people that will spawn outside of it, so that these people... No, these people gotta procreate.
Huh? 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 Huh?
I don't know why that other dude was a cleric. I don't have those just lying around, do I? Hey! You're not supposed to be here, dick. Exactly. That is exactly right. Yes, sir. And I do treat not being born where I want you to be born as a defect. So that let's make that perfectly clear. Rock. You good boy. No, that's not why I wanted that. You silly goose. I'm 90% certain I didn't. Let me just drop this stuff. Oh, for the love of Christ. So I'm just gonna have to manipulate that dude a little bit. Hey, I'm pro-choice when it's, you know, the choice I want them to make. And I'm pro-life when they're born making the choices I want them to make. I think it makes me pro-authoritarian. Makes me not great. Yeah, it's usually the fascists that tell people who or where they can bone. So, you know, I've got that going. Hey, why the fuck would you have gone there? Alright. There we go. Pro God. That's me. I am pro tyranny. In this server I am, at least. This game mode, we all are making conscious, active decisions to be the bad guys. It's a good life. Hey, you stopped being a cleric. Good. See, now I got 2 kids down here. So I got 3 more. We'll probably get about 12 folks down here. Once we do, we're gonna get rid of these beds, give them jail cells. It'll be pretty fucking sick. It's good knowledge. Everyone should know how to properly breach and clear a room. If you can't breach and clear a room, how are you gonna breach and clear a room? You gotta. Simple as that. Come over here, drop off these. Oh! Have you healed yet? Yeah, you have. You're a good lad. I'm a little concerned how I'm gonna get someone back up here. Just thought of it. Oh yeah. You can't forget that last part. I mean, I think the most important part is to just... gotta go fast, because you can't let the first man in go by himself. And then second man just has to go the opposite direction of whichever way the first man went. So basically, it's a great setup, because it's like, if you go first... you can't possibly be wrong. Looking at my soldiers here, my statues. Just like, do I want to put hats on them? What would that even look like? Put like a glowstone hat on there or something. I'm gonna check out the... oh, my flower garden, by the way. As pretty as it is, it's also important because it makes sweet berries for me, which I can trade for emeralds. And each one of these flowers represents a different dye that I can make. So you just use a little bone marrow. Make some more plants. I got a dripstone farm here in case we need more dripstone. I got... oh. Well then. I got nether wart out the ass, apparently. Which is what I was hoping would happen. I love that with my boots I go so fast on soul sand. I thought one of these had gotten out. There we go, that's restocked. Got my bees here. And then I've got my my shroom farm. Ooh. Getting some yeast from that too, which is nice because I need to brew some alcohol once that gets to it. That is right, I have a mod that straight up adds shrooms, baby. Well, it adds a bunch of different crops. But, you know, one of them is shrooms. I mean, it's been several days since we planted it. There we go. Also, this stream with a nice trip from some shrooms. Whoa. Oh no. Oh, I'm freaking out, man. Whoa. And then you go super slow for some reason. Whoa. But then you hit that and you go fast again. Whoa. Wow. Hello there. Hello, Preston made me watch. Hell yeah, we're getting fucked up. Hey, my cherry blossoms are starting to grow out here. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, you fucking bastards. Alright. You gotta get on my level, man. Oh, and then of course our fantasy Costco and bed and breakfast. It's our storage shed for just everything. Executive VP of Ass Kicking. Jed Dunbert. That's our pharmacist. Gustavo Fring. We haven't quite 100% perfected it. This is our Starbucks. This is employee break area. And then lastly, the bed and breakfast part. It's a little low rent for now, but this isn't my project. This is a friend of ours. Ooh. Our little hidden room here. And then, of course, the bathroom. I still don't know what that is. There's something there. I don't know. Not important. It's nice. They're decorative. And when it walks in, you think people are looking at you. Doesn't it look like they're looking at you? That's a nice mystique. A nice little ambiance. Maybe people want to, you know, feel like they're getting watched by two skeletons when they enter or leave their room. It's not up for me to say they can't, you know? They do what they want. They do as the crystal guides. You can turn it around so that it's not facing you. Doing all right. You eat those carrots. Become big and strong for me. That works. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I gotta be heading out of here. You're heading out of here. I'm heading out of here. We're all heading out of here. Alright. Appreciate you for hanging out. Silverback, thank you for hanging out. Keeping me company. Giving me things to talk about. Dropping them bits. Faso Gamer, thanks for hopping on before that. Dropping 15 bits yourself and following. Cherry Bomba, thanks for following. PD Rex 94, thanks for following. think that's everybody that we got for the stream. Not a bad stream. 2 people were number 1 on the bit leaderboard for a little bit. Now we're leaving it with Silverback. 3 new follows. Everybody that dropped a follow chatted a little bit. Well, everybody except for PD, but that's okay. Love y'all. I will see you tomorrow. We'll play this by ear. If we're going to have more folks, it might just be Mia Thomas. It might just be me. We'll find out. Exactly. Yeah, you did. All right. Now I'm going to go crush it and go to sleep. And